Hi, this is Zoe from The Whisper Tree, and in this video I'm going to be talking to you about how we can be more in alignment with our higher selves and therefore bring through more of a flow of manifestation. So before we go into that, I feel that it's important that we have an understanding around what happens before a soul is birthed through and chooses to reincarnate onto the planet. We get together before the birth, we get together with the souls, our soul group that we've had past reincarnations or past lives with, and we decide our families, we decide who, or who's going to take what role. So for example, we may have been brothers and sisters or friends or enemies or whatever it's going to be. We decide what we're going to do and be in this lifetime. We also decide upon which virtues we're going to try and embody more of in this lifetime and learn from. So for example, we may want to embody more compassion or joy or inner peace or unconditional love or self-healing or being supportive of others while remaining more balanced. So any of these things we decide upon, and also how we're going to embody them. So what struggles we're going to have to go through to learn our virtues and embody more of our virtues. So all of these things are decided upon before we birth into our new reality, and we also decide upon our gifts and talents that we're going to bring more through into this lifetime. When we work through more of our challenges and we embody more of our virtues, we have gifts and talents that will come through for us. And this is just part of our higher aspects of ourselves, part of or aspects of our higher destiny and purpose. So this is why I felt it was important that you have more of an understanding around what happens, what I feel happens before we are birthed onto the planet in our new reality. So, and I feel it is important also to realise that we have free will within this, that not all of us will manage to embody these virtues within a lifetime, and that we all have free will. And I do feel that some of us are very connected to our higher selves. We're very in alignment with our higher selves, whether we're aware of it or not. I feel that some of us are, and we're very aware of our gifts and talents as well. And from an early age, I feel that, our gifts and talents are something that we practice a lot of or do aspects of as a child. And some of us never lose that connection. And into adulthood, we're very aware of what our destiny is going to be or is. And we're very aware of our gifts and talents, and we're probably using those and have found a way to use them and manifest them more. So these are sort of people like, for example, Ed Sheeran is a perfect example for me. And whether he's aware of it or not, and of his higher destiny and purpose, he knew that he had this talent as a musician and a songwriter. And he kind of stopped at nothing to embody that and to really honour that. And, I've heard that he was busking in the street and he was sleeping on friends' floors so that he could follow his passion and his dream. And he managed to do that. He didn't lose faith, and well, I'm sure he did it at certain times, but he got to that point where he embodied it and he manifested it for himself. So that's a lovely thought for him. And I think there are others that take a lot longer, like myself, to be more in alignment with our higher self and our higher destiny and purpose. It took me a long time to discover who I truly was and to have that inner knowing and that faith and really go for it. And I think there are others that don't discover that, and they're never in alignment within this lifetime of their higher destiny and purpose, and they don't really bring through their gifts and talents. And I think that's absolutely fine, because we have free will. We all have free will within that, and whether they choose to do that in another lifetime, or in the next lifetime, or maybe another one after that, who knows. But as I said, we all have free will within that, and I think it's important to respect that as well. So I do think that it's important to be aware of who we are and to have that inner knowing and to foster that within ourselves and also within our children, so that they don't have to go through those struggles that we had to. And I think that when we're more in alignment with our higher self, our higher destiny, we are probably listening more to our intuition and our higher guidance. We're more in tune with that. You know, we're not so stuck in our stuff and we're not so bogged down with those more denser emotions. We move through our stuff more quickly. We're more in the flow of life and we're more open to opportunities that come along for us. And we're also aware of when we need to take what I call inspired action and what others call inspired action. And I think this is an important point to raise, because I think when we're wanting to manifest more and we're like, right, that's what I'm going to manifest, some of us tend to rely on that old paradigm of, well, if it's meant to happen, it will happen. There'll be no obstacles. It will be easy. But I don't believe this is the case. I believe it's part of the process for those obstacles to come up. And we also have to take inspired action and probably make sacrifices to achieve our goals. You know, it's important to do that. You can't just sit back and wait for things to happen. You have to take action. You know, you have to, and it has to be, and try and let it be inspired action as well. You know, because I think otherwise we're in danger of blocking the flow of manifestation if we don't do anything about it. And coming to manifestation, because I think this is an aspect of our higher selves. When we're more in alignment, we then start to be more in the flow of manifestation. But we also need to be aware that our ego can and loves to take control of things and the situation and control the outcome. And I think we need to be very aware of that and not allow that to happen. You know, I think when we're trying to manifest, we do tend to become a little bit obsessed about how we're going to do it, you know, maybe how much money we're going to earn, and, you know, all the details of it. And I think, again, this can block the flow of our manifestation. You know, we may be thinking about our desires all the time, and we're probably thinking, well, if I do more meditation and visualization, I do this all the time, that manifestation is going to start occurring for me. Or sometimes our ego can say, well, I'm not worthy of this, you know, let's not bother. I'm not worthy. I can't see myself, you know, having all these things and co-creating more of my dreams, so I'm not going to bother. You know, and again, it's so important to catch these thoughts and to, you know, let them go, and so that we're not blocking that natural flow of manifestation. You know, when you do feel yourself having these sorts of thoughts, just gently remind ourselves to come back more into that space of love and joy, and, you know, feel that love for even for those feelings, those more negative feelings that you're having. Just feel love for it and feel love for everyone around you, so that you can feel more connected and come back to that place of love. And this, you know, this helps with that flow of manifestation, because it's not only about what you do, it's about that state of being and being in those higher vibrational feelings of love and joy, you know. And then we can just allow the manifestation to unfold, you know, and allow the universe to guide us in that. Because remember, the universe doesn't respond to manipulation. You know, manipulation would be trying to control the outcome, trying to decide how we're going to do everything, and, you know, how much money we're going to make. That to me is manipulation. It's about just honoring the process and feeling those feelings of love. I think that's crucial, really. You know, and I think when we are in alignment with these higher vibrational feelings, those natural states of manifestation will start to occur. You know, and also when we're feeling those feelings of love, I think that will allow us to continue with feeling those feelings, and that will allow the natural process to occur. And this is the key to manifestation. You know, it gives us that faith and that courage to continue when we're feeling those feelings of love, not when we're worrying about and stressing about how we're going to go about our manifestation. I just feel that it will block the flow to it. So, our focus and attention needs to be on the love, and it needs to be on what we already have in our lives, and love for what we already have in our lives. Because remember how the law of attraction works, it's just amplifying more of the same. And remember, our feelings are so powerful. So if you're focusing on the lack and what you haven't got and what you would like to have, the universe is going to bring more of the same for us. So we need to be really aware of that, that we cannot control the outcome, that we cannot manipulate the universe. And sometimes we also have to let go of specifics. So, for example, if we're, there's a perfect job that's come up for us and we're going to go for the interview, and, we love the company and we love their environment and their ethos, and we can really see ourselves there. And we go for the interview and we don't get the job, well, then we have to think, well, that wasn't right for us, and there's something that's much better and much more in alignment with our higher selves that's going to come along. It just hasn't come along yet, but it will do. And that's why we didn't actually get that perfect job, what we saw as our perfect job in that particular time, because something else is waiting, something else so much better for us is waiting to come along. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please don't forget to like, comment or share, because it always helps me to reach those people that really need to hear this message. Thank you and blessings.